your tool review of the week. Sponsored by Electricians Only Tool Review and Nipex Tradesman.
Big shout out to Electricians Only Tool Review and Nipex Tradesman. Great groups. Check them out on Facebook and go join up. So this is the Milwaukee full-size version of what I showed. Was it last week that I showed it?
I don't remember.
The ranch. I showed the ranch. And like of course they don't put the Milwaukee battery on here because I made sure I put the whole battery and everything on the ranch. But I tell you what, like with my Sawzall, and if you sit there and try to hold it like upside down, up on a lip, 30 foot off the ground, your arm's gonna fall off. This Milwaukee's like a lot lighter. It has the 18 volt, and I believe they do have a 9 amp hour battery that is competitive to this. And it still does have the same optional slide out. And I think there's 3 selections on the slide out foot for your adjustment for wherever you're setting your blade depth at. Like I say, it was definitely a lot lighter than the DeWalt. The battery probably is comparable. I don't know for sure how long it really lasts. I did a full entire day and I barely drained 1 bar of mine, but we did quite a bit with the Milwaukee one, and I never really thought to check the battery, but it did good. It fared comparable. I don't think as much power. It seemed like it kept up, but it just seemed like it maybe was a little bit not. Like I say, the DeWalt Sawzall I would put up against any powered model. I mean, it just seemed like it was just unstoppable once you hit that trigger. The Milwaukee, what I noticed, which I thought was weird about this, was if you were like really digging into the blade and you were really cutting into your material, it seemed like it would just stop. And that was weird to me because my DeWalt doesn't do that. But it was almost like it kind of got overloaded, had kind of like a limit switch kind of. But overall, it still kept going. You know what I mean? Like it didn't stop all the way. It just stopped for a second, and then you had to kind of like back out of the groove and then dig back in again. But it was the first time I really noticed a flaw with the Milwaukee tool. Otherwise it performed, I would say, pretty close to identical with the DeWalt. It was just that weird stopping thing I didn't like. And it seemed to happen. Usually the Milwaukee seems to happen when the battery dies. So it could have been, I think the one that we were using was a 5 amp hour Milwaukee one. So it's really not a true comparison versus the DeWalt, because I had the beast, a brand new 9 amp hour battery from Baumgart's, $400, of course. But I mean, I was just tearing through with like that brand new battery and everything. So I don't know. This could have been like maybe even a defective Milwaukee battery that we were using. And maybe it was the battery that was causing the problem. But it just seemed weird when you started digging in real hard and finding on it that it would have this little stop thing. But otherwise, I think it kept up with the ranch, and like I say, it's a pretty good thing. So, like I say, if you like red and you want a industrial style Sawzall, that's one to go to.